Brexit. It's been hanging over us since the 23rd of June 2016. Today I'm going to look at how things have changed since Brexit was voted to leave the EU, and I'm going to look at what the future holds for us. Welcome to Mortgage Monday. Since we voted to leave the EU on the 23rd of June 2016, I'm going to talk to you about what has happened since then and what we can expect to see going forward. So, in relation to house prices, we've seen house price growth go from 8.2% in June 2016 right down to 0.9% in June 2019. So house prices are still on the up slightly, but it's a lot slower growth than it was a couple of years back. So in terms of number of house sales, in August 2019 we actually saw a 6.1% increase from August 2018. So it just shows that people are still moving house, they're not letting Brexit put them off. It may be they're trying to get a good deal before we leave the EU, and it's good signs for the property market going forward. In terms of house prices going forward then, the Office of Budget Responsibility, which is an independent watchdog for the government, they predicted there could be as much as a 10% decrease in property prices over the next 3 years if we have a no-deal Brexit. On the other side of that, you've got the Bank of England Governor, Mark Carney. He has actually predicted there could be as low as a 35% dip in house prices over the next 3 years, but he has said that is absolute worst case scenario. With house prices going forward, it's actually impossible to know what will happen. There's too many variables to second guess the future. So my own personal opinion is that house prices will stay static for a while. As the economy improves, we'll see house prices back on the increase again. In terms of interest rates, the Bank of England are the ones who set the interest rates, and it's this base rate that banks use to determine what the actual mortgage rates are. So going back 10 years, April 2009, we saw the interest rates plummet right down to 0.5%, and they stayed there for well over 7 years. So back in August of 2016, that's when we saw the base rate go down even further to 0.25%. So rates then were as low as they've ever been in the past before. Fast forward to November 2017, the base rate came back up slightly, back up to 0.5%. And more recently again, August 2018, the base rate up to 0.75%, and that's where we see ourselves today. So it just shows interest rates are still really low, they're still really competitive. What we're finding more and more now is that people are now starting to take advantage of the longer term 5-year fixed rate, some 7 years, some 10 years. Because the rates are so competitive, we're seeing these as a more viable option and more preferable to the clients nowadays. With Brexit, we still don't know which way interest rates are going to go. There's talk of them going up, there's talk of them also coming down. It's anybody's guess. So personally, I see interest rates staying around where they are at the moment for the foreseeable future. As the economy gets stronger, I can see though an increase in interest rates in the future. So in conclusion then, nobody knows what's going to happen at the moment. Even the experts haven't got a clue. There's talk of house prices going up, going down, interest rates going up, going down. It's anybody's guess at the minute. At the moment, it's all opinions. There are too many variables with Brexit, and there's not enough facts to form a solid understanding of what's going to happen. So as a country, we will no doubtedly need to adapt to change when Brexit finally comes around. Just make sure you're ready. So I'd love to know what your opinions are on Brexit, on the housing market, on future interest rates. Comment below with your opinions. Any comments? I'd love to hear what you've got to say. As always, you can follow me on LinkedIn. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you next week for Mortgage Monday.